Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Alive. Hope you guys had a wonderful week. We're going to have a conversation this week that'll be very, very interesting. So I'm glad you're here. Last week we talked about protecting home base. We talked about the fact that everybody needs to be like a catcher, right? We talked about baseball and said, hey, everybody needs to be a catcher on defense and protect home. Protect home in terms of your finances, your personal finances, right? How to protect your personal finances so that you can ultimately go out and be great again, right? But for this week, we're going to be talking about stop letting distractions destroy your future. Instead of protecting home base and being on defense, this week we're going to talk about how can you be on offense, right? How can you flip the script and be on offense and not just protect, but go out and get, right? So as you guys come into live feed, do me a favor and let me know where you're coming from. Like, what city are you in? What state are you in? What country are you in? Let me know all that good stuff, guys. I'd appreciate it. We always get folks from all over the world, so it's wonderful to have different folks with different points of view in the chat, right? Salute, glad to have you. Atlanta's in the house, good to have you. We got New York City, David West is here. Chi-Town, Madison Jarvis is here. And we got Austin, Texas. Angie, good to have you. And Pito is checking in from Minneapolis. Good, good, excellent, guys. Thanks for letting me know. Let me know where you're coming from, guys. And when you come in, smash that like button because you're going to get something out of this live today that's good, real good. So appreciate it. Indiana is checking in. Good to have you here. And I got Get the Memo. Good to see you, Get the Memo. Checking in from Las Vegas, Nevada or Nevada. Not sure. Plus Ultras in Texas. RC is in Palm Beach in the beautiful state of Florida with all of this surrounded on three sides by water. South Africa is in the house. Good to have you. Bangani, good to have you here from South Africa. So guys, again, smash that like button as you come in. We're going to talk today for I don't know how long, but we're just going to have a good time and talk about cash and money and whatever else you guys decide. So yeah, last week it was protect home base, kind of like a catcher, right? A catcher protects home on defense in baseball. Baseball playoffs, right, happened. So I'm watching those, enjoying those as well. We got some Boston, Massachusetts in the house. Good. Anthony from Uganda is here. So good to have you. We got Washington's checking in, guys. You guys are all over the place. Glad to have you here, guys. Smash the like button as you come in. And also consider sharing this video. As you guys know on this channel, Smart Money Bro channel, guys, we talk about common sense things with money, right? Helping regular, ordinary people be extraordinary with their money. That's the whole gist of what we do. Gist of what we do. It's helping people manage their money better, helping people save their money better, helping people invest their money better, changing their mindset in terms of how they think about money. And by the way, I'm going to drop last week's video in the description box below. It's part 1. Now this is part 2 this week. This week, we're not going to be talking about being a catcher and being on defense. We're going to be talking about, let's get on offense. Let's talk about what you can do on offense to hit some singles, right? To hit some home runs with your money and hit some triples with your personal finances, right? Last week, we protected home. This week, we want to score runs, right? Metaphorically speaking, in terms of like a baseball game, right? We want to reach home base. We're not protecting it on defense. We want to get to home base on offense when it comes to our personal finances. And I want to tell you some things that you can do to get there, that you can do to smash a double, that you can do to get some RBIs, get some runners batted in, right? To get people to home base, to get your finances to home base, okay? That's what this video is all about today. So a few housekeeping things first, guys. I want to give you a free, if you haven't got it, guys, you got a free ebook in the description box called The 24 Laws of Money. Principles that help me climb my way out of debt, okay? Climb my way to a much better future financially. And it's a free ebook. And then after we talk a little bit, I want to do a little Q&A at the end, guys, or towards the second half, and just have some back and forth because I like to hear what you guys are thinking and what's on your mind. So this is a little more interactive towards the second half. But again, get your free ebook down there. Make sure you hit the like button on your way in, and also share this video, guys. The best way to really help this channel is to share watch the videos and watch other videos. I also linked a few other videos down in the description box, but also sharing the video is huge. And also subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing, guys. We partner on this one with Mint Mobile, and I'm a user of Mint Mobile. Uses the largest 5G network in the world, and so you got to worry about drop calls and stuff like that. Check out that link in the description box as well. It's pretty solid, and it's also very inexpensive cell phone plans. So thank you so much for being here, guys. I really appreciate you, and let's jump into it, okay? How do we reach home? How do we score runs, score home runs, score triples, score singles with our personal finances? Now, when I say home, I'm talking about home and home, right? Also, right? You've got to protect this, what comes in, what goes out, right? If you follow me, guys, anywhere on social media, Smart Money Bro on Facebook, IG, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, you name it, YouTube, community tab, I always have something positive to say for people. You always see something positive coming from me. And there's a reason for that, right? I want to help you guys on your financial journey to financial freedom, right? But I got a confession to make, guys. That's not only to help you guys, but it's also to help me too. See, I get energy and I get energized by feeding you guys mentally and spiritually when I feed you mentally and spiritually in terms of positive thinking, right? When I motivate and encourage you guys, I get motivated and encouraged too, right? So, when you live your life helping other people, you're actually helping yourself, right? Whether it's finances, whatever it may be, it could be anything, right? That's wealth, right? Helping other people. Now, I'm telling you how to hit singles, how to hit doubles, how to hit home runs. I've jumped into it already. Helping other people, putting positive things out in the world. That's a piece of wealth, right? Optimism. That's a piece of wealth. Mentally understanding what can I do, and do I have a positive or the right attitude, and being positive, that helps, right? That's a single, right? That gets you on first base. That's a single. That gets you there. That gets the rally going, right? The rally is, in order to score runs, somebody has to get a single. Somebody can hit a home run, right? You're going to get some home runs in your life with your finances. But you also got to hit some singles. You got to bunt to get on base, right? And positive thinking, how you help other people and putting positive energy out into the world, motivating others, encouraging other people. All those things, those are singles, right? That's part of being on offense when it comes to your personal finances, right? Very important. Now, this right here, this gets overlooked a lot by a lot of people, but let me explain something to you guys. Real talk. I do one-on-ones with people, right? Mentoring and financial coaching, financial mentoring, financial coaching with people, one-on-ones. And I do a lot of them. So let me explain this to you. Probably 90% of the people that I talk to, 85%, 90% of the people I talk to about their money, the first thing, the one common trait that 90% of the people have is they're missing some hope. They're missing some belief. They don't, the way they think is not positive, right? They don't employ optimism. This is like 90% of the people I talk to about their money. A lot of people think they're doing much worse with their money than they're actually doing. A lot of people think they're doing worse with their money than what they have less money than what they actually have, right? A lot of people just don't believe and don't think positive about their personal finances, and not thinking positive about it, that puts you behind. That's 2 strikes on you right there. You're up to bat and you're down, no balls and 2 strikes because you don't believe. You don't think that you could do it. You don't have the right attitude. You're not optimist. You don't have optimism, right? But to get to first base, you got to believe you can't hit a baseball unless you believe you can hit it, right? You can't just swing willy-nilly the baseball coming at you because you're going to miss it, right? So you have to first think and believe that you can do something and have the right attitude and be positive. That's going to jumpstart your ability to get on first base. That's going to get you that single, right? That's going to get you that bunt, maybe that double, right? Just by having the right attitude. That's part of being on offense to help you score runs financially. Okay? That's first, right? So that's about being on offense, right? Then the other thing in terms of your body, guys, you got to understand health is wealth too, right? Too many people don't talk a lot about that. Well, there's a whole industry about it. That's $1 billion, many billions of dollars, but health, taking care of your health, that's a single too, right? Understanding that health is wealth, getting out and walking, eating better. See, handling money is a lot like handling food, right? Right? They're both, multi-billion dollar industries, right? But we all know what to do when it comes to our health, right? A lot of us, not everybody, but most of us know, don't eat that, eat more of that, move more, walk more, get up more, do more, be more active, cut the grass, don't pay somebody to do it, take that walk, go on that bike ride, leave that sugar alone, don't eat that, eat this, make sure you have lots of that, tons of water, right? We know all these things. These are basic things that we know. Same concept with money, right? Now in health, you know all these things about how to take care of your body, but you just don't do it. A lot of us, me included, we just don't do it, right? Money's the same way. A lot of people know what to do with money. They know how to handle money. They know what they should and shouldn't be doing. This doesn't feel right. That feels right. That's better. But a lot of people don't do it. Wealth is just like health, right? In terms of we know what to do, we just don't do it. And therefore, people sell us all these new ideas. But if we just go back to the basics and common sense, you don't have to pay for that $25,000 weekend boot camp. You don't have to hang out with that guy on his private jet for $25,000, $30,000, right? Because you know what to do. You just got to do it. That's part of the issue, right? But there's a lot of different things that are wealth, not just taking care of your body, taking care of your mind. Hey, new knowledge is wealth. We're hitting singles here. We're hitting doubles here, right? We're trying to get on base. We're bunting the ball. We're on offense, attacking our money so we can be better with our money. New knowledge is wealth. Bringing in new information is wealth, okay? Applying that new knowledge is wealth, right? Not just bringing in, not just having new knowledge, reading books, but how are you going to apply it to your everyday financial life? That's wealth, right? How you talk to yourself every day about money is wealth, right? If you, like I told you before, if you check anywhere, I'm always giving out positive things, and I don't give out those positive things just for you. I give them out for me too, because it energizes me, right? It helps me. I have to stay positive, right? One of the ways I stay positive is you check the community tab in YouTube. You'll see I am actually giving you something to think about that I've thought about. Usually I write these things down the day before I put them out there. But also I listen to a lot of things too. But I transfer that and put that out in the world so there's positive energy. And then when I talk to myself, right, I'm talking to myself in a positive manner, because self-talk, sometimes the best thing you'll ever hear about yourself is what you say to yourself, right? So you got to speak good to yourself. Discipline is wealth, right? So you've got all these things that are wealth, right? Good decision-making, good choices, right? That's wealth, right? Persistence, consistency is wealth, right? 25 years ago, you could have been putting 10% of all your money into the stock market. Over the course of 20, 30 years, that could have turned into $1 million, right? Consistency, persistence. Don't touch the money in your 401k. Don't go get a loan from that, right? All these things are wealth that are singles that you could be hitting, right? Sleep is wealth. That's one where I struggle with, getting enough sleep. Sleep is wealth, right? Because it's going to make you feel better, more productive next day, right? How you eat is wealth. As we said, your health. Learning new things is wealth, right? I did a video a couple of days ago, said you're not too old. You're not too old to start something new, right? Because a lot of people that are 50, 60 years old, they think, I can't do that no more. I'm 50, 60. Listen, you're only as old as you allow yourself to, your limitations. You allow your limitations. You're only as old as those limitations you put up on yourself, right? And a lot of people, who get up in age, they put limitations on themselves, and that's why they don't achieve. That's why they don't get to where they want to go. That's why they don't reach a certain level with whatever it may be in life. We're talking money here, but it could be anything, right? Reading is wealth. These are singles you got to hit, right? These are singles you got to hit to get on base. I'm giving you a bunch of singles, and I've done all these things. I've done all of these things, and I've taken all these, and that's what took me to a 7-figure net worth, right? By doing these things that I'm giving you. I don't give you anything I haven't done, but reading is wealth too, guys. That's new knowledge, new information, right? How you manage your time is also wealth, right? Time management, right? How do you, let me give you what I do, okay? Every single night before I go to bed, I make a list of what I'm going to accomplish the next day. I make a list, and I don't just put a list out there. I actually put the time I'm going to be doing these things next to it, right? Right? Call me weird or crazy, right? But that's how I have to manage my time the next day. I look at my list. Okay, let me add something. Okay, boom. And I may not, a lot of times I don't do everything on the list, and that's okay. I just move it over to the next day, right? But that's kind of a little tip that I use to help me manage my time, right? But putting positive energy out into the world is helpful, guys. Is helpful. And I said, I'm on a lot of different social media network, a lot of social media platforms, and I see so much opportunity for people to be positive and to add to the world. But at the same time, I see so many people pulling from the world, taking from the world, giving, not giving any advice, not helping, not adding, right? But subtracting, right? Praying and meditating and thinking. Those are all a part of wealth. That's going to help you with your singles and your doubles, right? Right? Just sitting back and saying, you know what, let me think about this, right? Let me pray about this, whatever it may be, right? Whatever your thing is, to just say, you know what can I do to maybe do something different? And just be still. Just think for a moment, right? A lot of people work hard. Very few people think hard, right? We hear this and we hear that from whatever a while, and so that becomes how we think instead of thinking for ourselves. A lot of people don't think hard, guys, right? A lot of people don't strategize and plan with their money. You start strategizing and planning with your money, that separates you from 50% of everybody else. It's that's all wealth building tools right there, right? That's a single, right? That's how you get to home base. Single after single, after double, after double, after triple, after single, another single, two more singles, a home run, right? You get that $30,000 raise at your job, or you go from making $40,000 a year to $75,000, home run, right? But home runs come and help and actually happen after you get moving and get some things started on base. If you get somebody on second base and they hit it, and somebody that up to bat hit a double, that's when things start happening for you and you start scoring runs, right? Belief and believing in yourself and what God may have put in you is wealth. Making a commitment to do things differently. That's wealth, right? Walking daily, exercise, committing to eating right. Those are singles. There's a lot of things you can do first that'll help you build some wealth, right? So that's a few singles, right? We can dig a little deeper into some of these singles, all right? Another single or double or triple, sometimes this can be a home run, is building up your skills, right? Getting higher paying skills. Do what it takes to get it and make yourself more valuable in the marketplace. That's how you can score. That's going on offense, right? That's going on offense. You have to understand, most people don't understand the importance of increasing their value. Your value. You're going to get paid more when you become more valuable. You're going to get paid more in whatever you do. Listen, I don't care if you are a cook at a restaurant. If you become and work yourself into becoming the most valuable cook on staff, when the time comes to lay some people off, they're not going to lay you off, right? Matter of fact, they might give you a raise because you became valuable. You make yourself valuable, and everybody can make themselves more valuable, right? Come early, stay late, become the person that they want to have around. Be nice to people, right? Be kind. Help other people. Solve the hard problems that nobody could solve at the job. Nobody wants to solve. They've been trying to solve it for 5 or 10 or 15 years and nobody solved it. Solve that hard problem, or at least attack the hard problem. If you attack the hard problem at your job, guess what? If you attack the hard problem at your job, you may not even solve it, but you'll have a new set of skills that nobody else has. That's how you become more valuable. You have a new set of skills nobody else had, and then you can understand the problem at a level that nobody else understands it. Guess what? Now you have somebody come and help you. Now you have a small team. You all solve the problem. You're a hero. You become more valuable. You make more money, right? Attacking the hard issues and maybe having the tough conversations and doing the things that other people will not do and don't want to do. That's how you hit a double. That's how you hit a triple. Right? That's how you increase your value and raise your income. Everybody's looking, how do I raise my income? How do I increase my income? How do I make more money? You make more money by becoming more valuable. And maybe you have to leave the skill. Maybe you work at McDonald's and you're a cashier at McDonald's, but maybe you have to go out and get that skill to become something different. Right? Nothing wrong with working at McDonald's at all. Nothing wrong with a good, solid, honest, hard work. Nothing wrong with that. But if you want more, you got to do more. You got to get more, and you got to put out more in terms of putting out. What's the output? What's the outcome of all that knowledge you took in? What's the outcome? Increased skills, right? People slip on that. They want a side gig or a side hustle to make more money, when really, if they took the skills they had and became more valuable in those skills, they'd make more money. The more money is sitting right in front of you, right? Listen, in 2017, I became Smart Money Bro. My net worth was about $175,000 when I told myself I was Smart Money Bro. And in the last 5 or 6 years, that net worth blew up in a good way. And I've been blessed to produce what I believe, I sort of manifested in what I said, right? When I became Smart Money Bro, everything I did was around money. I knew how to make money and all this. So I said, you know what? Everything I do is with money and I know how to make money. Let me just Smart Money Bro, Smart Money Brother at first, right? But the point is, you have to believe that you can be valuable, and you have to make yourself more valuable, and then you will increase your income. I don't care what type of job you do. It doesn't matter. You could be a custodian. You could be a custodian making $50,000 a year, right? Good, honest work. Nothing wrong with that at all, right? But guess what? You could be the lead custodian, right? Or you could start your own business. Take that skill, that valuable skill of cleaning. Everybody needs a custodian. Take that valuable skill, turn it into a business, flip it into something that you can scale, right? And then you start doing all the office buildings in the whole city because you have a certain way of negotiating. You understand. You do great work, right? You're very solid at what you do. The point is, become more valuable. You will make more money, guarantee you. Okay, you don't make the money you make because they don't like you. You don't make the money you don't make $30,000 a year because somebody in the world just doesn't like you. You make it because you have skills that pay $30,000 a year. You don't have the skill that pays $250,000 a year, but if you want that skill, go get it. All right. Another thing you can do in terms of hitting singles, hitting doubles, hitting triples, maybe even a home run, and it's along the same line, is commit to improving yourself, right? Commit to improving the things we talked about, your health, your body, your mind, right? Your spiritual life, whatever it may be, educating yourself. Commit to educating yourself about money. Listen, if people spent the same amount of time they spend on Facebook educating themselves about money, you would go a whole lot further in terms of your knowledge and what you can actually begin to apply in your life with money, with your personal finances, right? That's about time management, right? Right? So educate yourself, self-improvement, building your mind, your brain, your thinking. Because like I said, guys, a lot of folks, they work hard. They put in a lot of work. But you cannot work yourself to wealth, right? You cannot work yourself to be wealthy or to have a lot of money. You can't. Hard work won't get you there. It helps. I'm not saying it doesn't help. It can help you along the way, but you have to also be strategizing. You have to also be planning. You have to also be creating. You have to be building. You have to be producing something and you got to be becoming something. You have to be becoming something different, right? To get to wealth. Not just going out there and working 80 hours a week. 80 hours a week is okay, but guess what? There's a lot of people that work 80 hours a week and stay in the same spot they've been in for 30 years. Right? How do you hit? They're swinging at the ball, right? They're trying to bunt. They're trying to get on base. They're swinging real hard, right? You ask a person that hits a baseball. It doesn't matter how hard you swing the bat. When you play baseball, some of your best hits are going to be when you hardly even tried. You just kind of swung and stuck the bat out there and hit the ball way over the right fielder's head. You just kind of swung and hit the ball right there and hit the gap. Right? Got on first base. You don't have to swing hard when you hit a baseball, just like golf. If you play golf, you don't have to hit the ball super hard to be good at golf, right? You just want to keep the ball in play. And some of your best golf swings of all time are going to be those golf swings that you barely swing, right? Because it's not about working hard. It's about working smart. It's about thinking. Successful people produce, build, and create. Successful people with their money produce, build, and create. See, I believe we were built by a builder to build. We were produced by a producer to produce something, right? And we were created by a creator to create something. And if you're not building something, if you're not producing something or creating something, that may be part of why you don't feel good. Maybe why you feel miserable. Maybe why you are depressed, right? You may be feeling less than. Part of being human is being a builder. And a lot of people are not building or creating anything. But it's built into our DNA to build, right? It's why if you only go to work and come home, you go to work and come home, you go to work and come home, you go to work, come home, Netflix, TV, go to work, come home, Netflix, TV, eat, go to work. You feel miserable doing that because you ain't building nothing. You're built to build. You're supposed to be producing and creating something. That's why I tell people, when you do a budget, don't just take a template, right? Do your own budget that fits your own personal finances on your own spreadsheet, okay? But you got to keep the right attitude. The right attitude, building, producing, creating, becoming better, improving yourself, all those things are hitting singles so you can score some runs in with your personal finances, right? Optimism is a competitive advantage. I guarantee you, the right attitude matters. And I'm on attitude a lot because I hear a lot of people, and like I told you, 90% of the people, they just are not feeling well about where they are, right? And we got to motivate you and encourage you to get you pumped up and out there and inspire you first. Because if you ain't inspired, you ain't going to build wealth, right? You cannot build wealth. You're not going to do a budget if you're not inspired and think that you could do it. Attitude is everything. How you think and the right attitude, that's just not something for teenagers. It's for us too. Right? There's a lot of things we tell kids, hey, do this, do that, but we don't do it ourselves. Make sure you share, right? Share your toys, right? But we don't share, right? Make sure you say positive. Don't be so negative, but we get on Facebook and we're negative, right? Or we put out negative posts or something, whatever social media platform we're on. But we taught kids for 20 years not to be negative and have a good attitude, but we don't have it, right? Having an emergency fund is a double, is a triple, maybe a home run. Listen, emergencies happen. They're going to come and they can wipe you out financially, guarantee you, right? But this is, again, how you go on offense. Prepare before something goes wrong. Prepare before you need it, right? Guys, make sure you're also smashing the like button for me, guys. Smash that like button. Share this video. Somebody needs encouragement. Somebody needs motivation, right? The best way to support the channel is share the video. Share the link. Right? Don't forget your 24 Laws of Money, free ebook, right? But this is what I do, guys. I try to help people get motivated first before we dig into the minutia of their personal finances when I do my one-on-ones, right? Another way to hit a single, or actually, this is a home run. If you want to hit a home run with your personal finances, pay yourself first as soon as you can. Pay yourself first. I know it's cliche-ish. I know it's a cliche. You heard it a million times. But listen, when you do the little things well, that's how you build wealth. You don't have to go out here and make $10,000 next week, and you don't have to go out here and, win the lottery. You don't have to go out here and get something that's going to just jump, boom, 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 and you're going to be a millionaire next year. You don't have to do that. You can build wealth slowly. Be a builder of wealth, right? Build wealth slowly, right? Part of that is making sure you pay yourself first. It ain't going to feel like a home run the first 5 years. It's not going to feel like a home run in year 7. But when you get $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 socked away in your 401k or at Fidelity or Vanguard, wherever you're investing, you're going to be saying to yourself, okay, this makes a lot of sense. Momentum kicks in, right? When you got $10,000 this year and you invest, and then next year you have $13,000 and you invest, and it's a bad down year in the stock market, and then you have $12,000 the next year, and then you have 50. It's not gonna feel like you hitting a home run. It's going to take time when you start to pay yourself first. If you ask anybody 50, 60, 70 years old, what's the one thing they regret about their money? Many of them will tell you, I should have paid myself first on a regular, consistent basis and not borrowed the money and not took a loan out of the money and just let it grow. And I should have done that as much as possible at a young age. But I'm telling you now, if you're 35, if you're 30, if you're 40, do that. Please, because in 15, 20 years, you'll thank yourself for doing it. Right? You should be investing your money today for the person you become tomorrow. Because the old you is going to have to pay rent, right? The old you is going to have to buy food and buy groceries. The old you is going to have to pay a light bill. The old you is going to have some type of transportation so you can get around, or access to transportation. The better you take care of yourself now with money, the more you'll have down the road. This is offense. This is preparation, right? Investing in yourself first every single time you get paid is a habit that you got to have. That's a good solid swing, right? And it's going to get you a home run at some point, right? The other thing, another way is by giving. I'm a big giver, right? I believe in giving, right? Giving is a single, and it's a double, triple, can be a home run if you do it. Giving is important as well. That's another way to get on base, another way to help you score runs, right? This is preparing you to actually do better with your finances. This whole talk, right? Right? Hey, making another thing in terms of emergency money or making sure that you're prepared. Make sure you have all your insurances in place, guys, that you need, right? Your health insurance, right? Your life insurance, your car insurance. I know insurance can be expensive, right? But it's expensive not to have insurance too. It's just on a real practical level, right? You shouldn't have to have, if you pass away, and everybody's going to pass away, all of us will, right? Things should be in place. That means making a will, having an estate plan set up is a single, double, triple, can be a home run, right? Newsflash, we're all going to die. We're going to leave this earth, right? You're going to expire and our time is going to run out. That's not being negative. That's just being honest, right? What are you leaving for your kids? What are you leaving for your grandkids? Is there enough money to bury you? Right? Getting an attorney and creating an estate plan, making sure you have a will, making sure you have power of attorney, those things, healthcare directives. That's a plan. That's strategizing, right? And you build wealth and you retain wealth by strategizing, thinking, planning, right? So you're not just investing money. That's good. That's great. That's a single, double, triple, right? But also you're ensuring that when you pass away, the state doesn't tell your money what to do. See, when you start building wealth and you have $75,000 in net worth, you have $150,000 in net worth, that money has to go somewhere when you pass away, right? That's why you want to do a will and an estate plan, those types of things, because that is you planning. That's building wealth, guys. Yes, it's going to cost you a couple of $1,000s to do an estate plan. Yes, it's money well spent, guarantee you. It might cost you $2,500. It might cost you $1,500. It might cost you $1,000. Who knows? It's money well spent. It's going on offense. taking control, being empowered with your money, right? Being empowered, right? But being on vacation in Dubai and you don't have an estate plan set up, or spending $800 on Beyonce tickets, concert tickets, or what's the other lady's name? The singer lady. Nothing wrong with them. Nothing wrong with having a good time. But when you're doing those things and you don't have life insurance, that's a problem, right? That's a problem. When you're doing those things and you don't have things in place, you're not putting 10% of your money towards the old you, that's a problem, right? Because the best defense is a great offense in any sport. The best defense is a great offense. So you want to be good on offense when it comes to your personal finances. The things I'm sharing with you will put you in place to score runs and not just defend the plate. Last week we talked about, as a catcher, defending the plate. This week we're talking about how to score with your money, with your personal finances, right? Invest. Here's another way to win. This will get you a couple triples and a home run as well. Invest in appreciating assets like real estate. Do a net worth. See what your net worth is, liabilities, assets, and then commit to twice a year looking at that net worth statement and commit to building your assets and lowering your liabilities, right? I just did a video about the number one wealth killer was cars, right? Cars, putting a loan on a car, that's somebody scoring a run on you, right? But to go on offense is to go out and get some appreciating assets. I love real estate. Started buying real estate 23 years ago. I still own I own 3 pieces of real estate, but I still own 2 rental properties, right? But please stop putting your money in things going down in value, depreciating, and start putting your money in stocks and real estate and things that are going up in value. That's offense. Cash is depreciating due to inflation. Take that cash and put it in things going up, right? Again, create a net worth statement, right? Because when you focus on something with your money, it grows, it expands, it gets better, it improves, right? Concentrate on your net worth statement, right? Guys, I got a few more of these I want to wrap about, and then we're going to do a quick Q&A. If you got a question, drop it in the comment section. I want to look at what you guys are saying. The other thing is, guys, a budget. I mentioned a budget earlier, but tracking your money and managing how you spend, that's a single, right? A unique budget every single month. Organization is powerful, guys. Organization is empowering. When you go into a messy room and you see clothes all over the place, right? The room looks smaller, but when you start to organize that room and put things where it goes, guess what? The room gets bigger. Your money is the exact same way. Handling and controlling and tracking and organizing your money is freedom. Feels like I do this all the time with people. We share screens, and we get on Zoom. We share screens, and when we're sharing screens, guys, we go through expenses and income. Typically, what we end up seeing is that there's a little bit of room there, right? There's a little bit of things to play with in that budget. And when you start to organize that budget, and these are people that, don't do a lot of budgets, people begin to see that, okay, if I just do that, I'll have an extra $200. I'll have an extra $75. I have an extra $800. I ran a poll in the YouTube community tab just a couple days ago, and 60% of the people responded, don't do a unique written monthly budget. You can't get better unless you know what you got. And you know what you spend. You can't get better with money until you take stock of your money, right? It's like, if you don't know your numbers, how can you be efficient when it comes to managing and producing and creating wins with your money, right? You got to be efficient. You got to take some of that organization of your money, and the way you do that is through a budget, right? So these are just a few ways, guys, to actually go on offense and start scoring. You do all these things in your life, or you do 90% of the things that I mentioned on this video in your life, right? You're going to the Hall of Fame, so to speak, right? You're going to be batting 400, right, in a season, because you're going to be constantly winning with money, constantly. So, guys, let's talk about it, right? If you got a question, guys, I'm going to jump into the chat, guys, and see what you guys are talking about here, if you don't mind, and just kind of go through this, guys, and see where we are. If you got a question, a comment, drop it in the chat, guys, and we'll go ahead and answer it. And I'll just kind of run through here and see what you guys are talking about. But, hey, I hope that at least help some of you guys to say, hey, how can I go on offense? What types of things can I be doing? Now, the things I talked about on this video here, these are things that I do, right? It's not things that I wish I did, things that I think you should do, right? It's things that worked for me, right? Thankfully, I'm still here. I didn't get these gray hairs for nothing, right? Somebody said, I'm 67 and he's right. Thank you I appreciate that. But let's see. Yeah, if you focus on what I'm giving you guys, I think you're gonna win. Yeah, Taylor Swift was her name, right? I don't know what was it. What did those concert tickets cost? I know they costed a lot, right? But Taylor Swift, you're at the Taylor Swift kicking it, right? And of course, I can't name a song Taylor Swift sings, so I don't know anything about her. Thank you, Alvira. I appreciate it. Blessings back to you as well. Queens, New York in the house. Good to have you. Yeah, if you got a question, the government says inflation is 3.7%. But there's a video. I'm reading a question from Toby. Toby said the government says inflation is 3.7%, but there's a video of a guy showing prices from a year ago at Costco and flows 75%. Okay, so true, but inflation is measured by a basket of goods, okay? It's not measured by just food. Food is one thing that can sway headline CPI inflation. We call it headline inflation because CPI is what they show you on the news. When you turn to Channel 4, Channel 5, they show you that headline. It includes food and energy. And food is very volatile. But all of inflation is not measured just based on food. It's measured based on a whole basket of 20 different things. Food is just one thing. So yeah, you may see food go up a lot more than you see other things, or it may go down a lot more, whatever. Food fluctuates. That's why when the Federal Reserve looks at inflation, they don't even look at the CPI inflation. I say they don't look. They don't pay much attention to that headline inflation that we get. They throw out food and energy, and they look at the core inflation, right? They call it core PCE inflation. They look at that. It takes out food and energy because food and energy fluctuate. And a lot of times with food and energy, you get things going crazy. M&M's one year will be $1.25. Next year, they're $1.79, right? That's food. Somebody said, how do I feel about investing in REITs, real estate investment trust? REITs are cool. If you don't want to turn a wrench, if you don't want to hire a property manager, and you just want to invest in REITs, nothing wrong with that, right? It's kind of like real estate on the stock market is what a REIT is, guys. So I'm cool with REITs. Just make sure, look, all REITs are not the same. Some REITs invest in shopping strip malls. Some REITs are invested, they do most of their investing in warehouses, right? Do your research on REITs. All REITs, just like stocks, are not the same, all right? Hey, good to have you, Alvira. Got everything on auto pay. Better to pay before due on your own time. Yep. Let's see here. Buying a newer car, how do you deal with salesmen? That's a great question. If I'm buying a used car, I wrote a whole book about how to buy a used car, right? My niece and her husband was looking for a car 3 years ago, something like that. And I said, hey, just do a little research on the internet. There was nothing out there saying, how do you buy a used car, right? So I said, you know what? I bought a lot of cars. Let me write a book. It's on Amazon. Look up Smart Money Bro on Amazon. You'll see how to buy good used cars cash. And in there's a chapter on negotiating, how you should negotiate with a salesman, right? How do you deal with salesmen? I'm very abrupt with salesmen, right? I'm a salesman's worst nightmare, but I'm also a person that'll make up my mind very quick. I don't really deal with a lot of salesmen too much, but when I do have to deal with a salesman, when I bought a car, I just negotiate with him. I talk to him. I don't let them know I'm going to buy cash. Okay, but when I buy a car, they don't need to know that until it's time to buy. But at the same time, when you're dealing with a salesman and you're trying to buy a car, just be forthright. Hold some, play some cards close to your vest. Don't always let go of everything. Don't act like you don't know what you're talking about, because then he'll trounce on you. So do your research before you talk to a salesman. That's all you got to do. Prepare yourself, right? Best way to not be nervous or deal with a salesman is prepare yourself, right? Know your cars. All that takes is a little bit of research, guys. A little bit of research ahead of time before you go in there. You'll be fine when you're dealing with a salesman. And I could go on and on for about what to look for, but I won't go too deep into that. All right. Going to pay with cash. Fantastic. Congratulations to you, Donna. Paying with cash. Make sure you have somebody that can help you, that comes with you, because you got to get a different set of eyes whenever you go look for a car. Just don't go look on your own, because you can't see everything. right? Get other people to take a look at it. Don't bring the whole family. Don't bring the naysayers. Also, key point right here. Key point when you buy a car cash, guys. Let me throw this at you so you never forget it. I'm going to drop this jewel right here. This whole video might be worth this jewel. Every time you buy a used car, no matter what, any single time you decide to buy a used car, always look underneath the car first before you buy. You look underneath, right? With a flashlight. Here's a tip. Whenever you go buy a car, ask the seller, can you take that car for a test drive? Can you hold that car for a couple of hours, drive it around? Here's my, whatever, Social Security card, whatever they ask for, my birth certificate, right? Whatever it may be, my blood type, whatever they want from you. But take that car and then go get the oil changed on that car. Take it to Firestone, wherever you go get your car, take it to your mechanic and have them get underneath it or put it on a lift. Don't buy a car ever without looking underneath it, because gravity is a wonderful thing when it comes to buying cars. It will show you everything you need to see about the car when you look underneath it with a flashlight. Always do that. You would be shocked at how many people buy a car and never look underneath it. You have to look underneath. I don't care if the car is 2 years old. You're looking underneath for leaks, right? Transmission leaking, rear seal, the front seal, whatever could be leaking. That could be transmission, could be transmission fluid, could be power steer, whatever it could be. What's leaking? And then also underneath the car, you're looking for aftermarket parts underneath the car, because they may not tell you that the transmission got serviced and changed 2 years ago. But if you see an aftermarket transmission pan, that tells you it's an aftermarket part. That means somebody did work on it already. Little tip. If you're going to buy a $5,000 car cash, paying $75 for an oil change to look underneath it shouldn't be a big deal. That look underneath could save you $5,000. Point blank. Every single time you buy a used car. Just want to drop that jewel. Thanks for asking that question, Donna. But again, I'll put a link to that book. But I give you 70 tips of what to look for specifically, not, joking around, and not giving you the basics, but giving you the things you probably have never heard about buying a used car. Somebody said, Maria, and put a Q by your question. What advice would you give someone going from an employee with a guaranteed money to a career based on commissions? Make sure you have your emergency money set up. If you're going to a full-blown commission job where that's all you get paid commission, make sure you have your emergency fund set up. And the advice I would give you is, I like commissions because commissions give you a chance to shine and the amount you make is based on your own learning, right? And what you decide to do and bring to the table. So I'm okay with it. But the other thing is, do you have a family or is it just you? If it's just you, cool. But if you got a 3-year-old or a 5-year-old and you're not sure if you can make sales to make money to put food on their table, I would think twice about it, right? Because while I like commission sales, I also understand that you gotta do what you gotta do in terms of making stable money to take care of children or to take care of a household. So that's something else to think about. Now, if you're single and you're living with buddies or living with friends, cool. Go for it. You're going to learn a lot in a commission job. I was a waiter for 3 years in my late teens. I was a waiter for 3 years, made $2.01 an hour plus tips. And I learned so much about how to talk to people and deal with people and present myself and be confident just by being a waiter. So I'm all about it. I'm retired. Army pension is non-taxable. Okay, I don't know what that question was. Let's see here. I'll have to get your book. Thanks, Donna. Yeah, please get the book. If you're trying to buy a used car, get that book, right? But you got to prep, right? There's a lot of things. I don't want to keep going into used cars, but there's a lot I can tell you about that. Commercial REITs might be a painful in the next decade. Yeah, commercial is having an issue. Commercial real estate is having an issue right now, guys, with everybody working from home, right? You go downtown on any city, major city, you'll see some empty buildings, right? Because people are at home. And the owners of those empty buildings they still have to make payments, right? Let's see. Caramello said them throwing food cost out for CPI is a sin. Well, Caramello, what they do is they look at a broader measure. What the Fed actually focuses on, the core inflation, is actually a broader measure of looking at inflation. It takes and consider more variables, and that's why they use it more so than the CPI. And you'll hear them talk about that when you listen to the Fed talk. Let's see. Donna said I went to two different car dealers, two different experiences. Yeah, make sure you go with somebody. Yeah. So thanks. You're welcome, Maria. You're welcome. Okay. Pay a pre-purchase inspection before you buy it. That's a good point, Zenny. Zenio says pay a pre-purchase inspection for a car is not a bad thing. What's $100 if you're about to spend 10,000, right? Not much. It could save you everything you need. Let's see. I'm a married empty nester and a hefty emergency fund. Yes, Maria. If you're a married empty nester and the household is not relying on your income so much, and it's a commission-based job, and you feel confident you can do the job, and you enjoy the job, and you want to do the job, you can do it. Okay, go for it. Right? As long as your spouse is okay with that, and you guys agree, and there's nothing wrong with that, go for it. Right? Go for it. There's nothing wrong with it at all. I'm all for it, guys. Let's see. Any more questions, guys? Put a Q by it. I'll be more than happy to answer it, guys. I just wanted to give you this video on this Saturday to say, stop letting distractions destroy your future, right? Go on the offense with your money. Stop just sitting back and letting your money happen to you, and you're protecting your plate, and you're fearful of losing money, and you're protecting. Protecting is cool, right? Protecting is cool, but how do you actually go out there and get some runs? That's what we want, guys. That's the kicker, right? Let's see here. I'm just kind of going back to the chat, guys. Bitcoin is a modern pet rock. I'm not sure what that means, guys. Maybe you can help me with that. But so I don't see that there's too many more questions. I think there's a couple more. I might have missed a few, and I apologize if I missed a few, guys. But I went on that tangent about buying a used car, so I hope you guys were okay with that. Does this help, guys? Let me know. Does this video help you? Even if it just inspires you, even if it just motivates you, right, to start doing better with your money, right? That's cool too. That's part of what this whole channel is about. So let's see. Oh, somebody did ask a couple questions that I missed. Okay, somebody said stay away from cryptocurrency. I'm not a cryptocurrency guy, just so you guys know. I have about $360 in not Bitcoin. It's actually in Ethereum. But I didn't build wealth with crypto, right? Everybody wants something for nothing or something for very little. I totally get it, right? That's kind of the culture that we live in right now, right? But I'm all about, listen, if that's what you want to do and you want to make $10,000 tomorrow or next week and you want fast money, this may not be the channel for you, just point blank. This is the channel for people that understand that it may not take 25 years, but if you change some habits with your money, you can begin to build wealth. It's possible. It's very doable, and it's doable the right way. You don't have to try to go make fast money. I'm not going to teach you how to do Forex on this channel. Nothing wrong with Forex. If you invest in futures, right, or you trade options, nothing wrong with trading options and dealing with puts and all that. That's cool. It's just not, I'm more of a basic person, right? I don't like to make money complicated, and I don't want to sit up here with stock market screens all in front of me, right? I just really don't want to do that, right? I enjoy what money brings, but I don't worship money, right? Everything I talk about, what makes me smart money, bro, is not that I worship money. That's the thing you shouldn't do. Never worship money. Never sacrifice your values and where you want to go in life and what you believe in for money. Money is not that important. Smart money, bro, means put money in its proper perspective, right? Don't put money at the top of everything you do and you get everything, nothing else matter, right? Cash rules everything around me. Like Wu-Tang said, right? Get the money, dollar bill. That's not what this channel is all about, right? It's not about chasing money. It's not about chasing riches, chasing wealth. You don't have to chase anything. You just got to do a few good things and you'll have the wealth you need, right? Do a few good things and you'll have what you need, right? But don't chase money and don't worship money. Put it in its proper perspective. And that way you're in control of money and money's not in control of me. See, when you put money at the top of everything you do and you worship money, money rules you. Money controls you. You don't want money to control you because money ain't that important. Okay, money is important because we live our everyday lives and we want to build wealth, etc. I get it. But it's not the most important thing in the world. Guarantee you. It's not, right? There was a saying back when I was younger called sell out, right? Remember that word, everybody? Sell out, right? People sell their soul to make money. Don't do that. Because at the end of the day, you ain't going to have no money and you won't have no soul, right? At the end of the day, if you sell your money or sell your soul for money, you're not going to have any of them, right? So that's not what this channel is all about. This channel doesn't go that way, okay? And there's channels out there that do that, and that's okay. That's what they do, right? They want to do those things. That's cool. But if you want common sense ways of building wealth, that's what this channel is about. Just doing, and you ain't got to be fancy, like on the baseball field, right? The people that do the best on the baseball field are the people that do the fundamentals well, the basics well. They don't do anything fancy. They just do the basics well. And that's all I'm trying to get you guys to understand and do is the basics well. Somebody asked a question. The retired Army guy needs to be working to invest. I missed that one. All right. Let's see. I have been saving $400 a month for this newer car, Donna said. Donna said, I'm going to get this car done. Excellent. Good for you, right? Saving. Donna's doing something when it comes to car buying. Cash is very important. It's making sure you prepare early, right? The worst thing to ever do with a car is to go buy a car when you're desperate, right? Never do that. That's one of my tips that's in that book that I told you in the description below this video is prepare early so you don't get caught out there. Because when you're in a rush with money, you usually make a bad decision. When you're in a hurry with money, you usually make a bad decision. That's how it is. You're trying to get it done. Oh, I need it. I got to get to work on Monday. It's Friday. I got to get a car on Saturday. You're not going to be able to make the best decision, right? But if you prepare, do your research, save your money, you're going to be in a much better position. So congratulations to you, Donna, for doing that. Let's see here. I'm always inspired and motivated. Hey, I appreciate it, Maria. That's the whole point, is to inspire you guys to do better. Question, Lauren Stern asked a question. Is there a way for me to invest when all I have is my Army pension, which is non-taxable? Therefore, I've been told, you can, whatever you get back pension wise or whatever, you can invest those things. Cannot invest in a 401k or Roth due to no taxable. Right. 401ks and Roth is what you invest in with earned income. Okay. When you don't have earned income, then you can go ahead and invest that money, but you got to invest in things like, stocks, index funds, ETFs, and things like that. So you can still invest the money. You just can't do a 401k or a retirement plan, so to speak, but you can do it. You can still invest. All right. Hey, Mommy Trader, good to have you guys. Check out her channel. It's Mommy Trader, Trader here on YouTube. Check her out when you get a chance. And she is just like me. Okay. Very down to earth, good, solid channel. It's growing. So give her a look too, guys. And we just regular people, right? YouTube doesn't have to be filled with all these gurus that want to try to have you help you get fast money. There's some folks on YouTube that are just good people, just want to help other people, right? Pete O says Bitcoin doesn't have earnings, give dividends, or provide a good service. Yeah. Bitcoin. I'm not a big Bitcoin guy. Let's see. Xenio said he's been in crypto since 2012. So fantastic. Jay says cash rules everything around me. All right. Any more questions, guys? Let me know. You're on the wrong. Let's see. You make the videos and presentations so inspiring. You put soul back in making money. Yeah. Hey, I like to put a little soul in doing well with your money, right? Just a regular old guy trying to help regular old people. Let's see. I see people on social media showing off their material things. Hey, yeah, I'm not, look, man, I'm Cap. I did a video with a Nike shirt on one time and somebody says, that's an expensive shirt. Quick news flash for you. This shirt and this hat was bought for me, right? I got 3 grown children. So sometimes I'm not a big shopper either. Okay. So I don't go out and do a lot of shopping and things like that. So the shirt was bought for me. I think the hat was Christmas and the shirt might've been I got several of these Nike shirts, was bought for like, I don't know, birthday or something like that, but they were bought for me. All right. I don't share that with everybody, but I'm sharing on this live just because it came up one time, several times. Somebody said, what? You're doing a video about that and you have a Nike shirt on that's expensive? Yeah, well, I'm not saying you got to look like a pauper, right? You don't have to look real bad, But I'm saying that I'm not big on flash and wealth and things like that. I don't wear jewelry and things like that. Good to have you, Nomad 36 Living. I'm having a hard time saving money for a car. Yeah, those other habits will get you. You gotta prioritize it, right? Let's see here. Let's see. So true. Do the basics well. Mommy Trader said, "Yep, do the basics well." So you got to do when you watch basketball, right? The fundamentals is what went like my guy, one of my favorite players of all time, Tim Duncan. The big fundamental. He just did the fundamental things well, right? Let's see here. Learn, decide if you want it right. So they're still talking about Bitcoin in the chat, right? They're all over Bitcoin. Yeah, Maria said I got a 2007 with 78,000 miles. I got a 2007 car too, but I got about twice the miles you have. But I drive an older car. One day I might buy get a nicer car, but I'm not really big on a car. I'm not the guy that's out there clean. I never bought wheels. What do you call wheel? Rims, right? Never bought rims. Never bought a big old stereo system, which all the young people were doing when I was younger. But I never got into that type of stuff because I didn't care about that. Let's see. Oh, Nomad, you got it. My pleasure. Yeah, Pete O said just open up an individual brokerage account at Vanguard or Schwab or Fidelity or something like that. So just because you get a pension and you can't invest in a 401k or a retirement plan, one of those 401ks, 403bs, or a Roth with earned income, doesn't mean you can't just open up an account and still do some investing. Fantastic. Curvy, just genuine information for ordinary people. Absolutely. Mommy Trader said trying to be like me. No, Mommy Trader, I saw your videos. You're doing very well financially. And I think part of the reason that people like Mommy Trader or me do well financially is because we focus on the money. Again, let me clarify this, guys. I'm smart money, bro, and I'm okay with you focusing on your money. Focusing on your money is not the same as worshiping your money. Two entirely different things, okay? Just because I focus on the money and I look at the money and I do a budget and I talk about getting better with your money doesn't equate to worshiping money. The problem in our society is that there's some people that believe, a group of people or a faction of people that believe, oh, all you're doing is talking about money all the time. You only care about money. Not true. I'm just focused. Listen, if I focus on my health and eating right, does it mean I worship eating right? No. If I focus on, exercise, does it mean I worship exercising? No. It means that I have a body I want to take care of, so I got to focus on taking care of it. I get money that I want to take care of and manage properly, and I want to pass along to future generations. That's what it means. That's focusing on the money. It's not worshiping the money, right? So you got to put that kind of in your brain, guys. And some of us that grew up poor, like me, when you grow up poor, sometimes that's the mentality of the people that you're around. They say, "Oh, you only care about money. Oh, I don't like him. All he worried about is money." That's a mentality that kind of keeps a lot of people stuck, to be honest with you guys. So yeah, and she said that Mommy Trader says she buys her son's Nike clothes and things. You can buy those things for inexpensive, right? There's outlets and places like that where you can go and get all that stuff. And you got to know it when you have kids, right? Because kids want the newest things, right? Depending on where you live, right? But yeah, I was a big Goodwill shopper for years because I did eBay, right? Remember, I did eBay for 7 years, gung ho, right? Over $120,000 of revenue on eBay selling things like shoes. So I was always in the thrift stores. And listen, newsflash, you won't believe what you can find in a thrift store in America, right? Because America is a very, very, very wasteful society, right? And so a lot of times people throw away good things, man, unused, brand new things. They get rid of them. Of course, everything you get from a Goodwill, make sure you take it home and you wash it or you put, you clean it somehow as well. A little tip there. Good to have you, Scott. Good to see you, man. Thank you for supporting the channel. Scott always supports our channel. Mommy Trader said, she asked a wonderful question. Man, she got a good question here. She said, is there anything that I splurge on? Now, let me tell you what I splurge on, guys. Full confession, right? Full disclosure. I spend a lot of money on buying healthy food, right? So I don't even go to like your regular grocery store to buy food, right? I eat like a lot of really high quality. Almost everything I eat at home is organic. And so I spend a lot of money on groceries. I say a lot of money, maybe about, you know, $250 a week buying the highest quality of food. Highest quality of food, right? I try to walk every day. I exercise a lot. So I try to take care of this one body I have because I only get one of them, right? I'm not perfect. I got to stretch more, right? Because I get stiff, and I'm getting older, right? But I try to walk every day and I try to eat right. So I splurge on my food. I have no problem with paying $8 for almond milk, organic almond milk, right? I have no problem buying $10 beet juice, right? That's just me. That's probably what I splurge on the most. It's not clothes, it's not shoes. I've never owned a pair of Jordans or anything like that. I do have some nice dress shoes, right? I don't mind spending some money on some dress shoes. Now, when I say spend some money on dress shoes, I'll buy a $400 pair of Allen Edmonds because I understand the quality of that shoe and it's going to last me 15, 20 years, right? So I'll spend some money on some shoes, but I won't spend on a lot of clothes, on cars and things like that. I won't be going to the Beyonce concert. I'm not going to spend $900 to see somebody who puts their pants on like me every day. But in terms of eating right, my goodness, I don't mind spending good money. I'll spend $30, $35, $40 on a good healthy meal at a healthy restaurant with no problem, right? Because I want to eat right. That's what I splurge on. Good question, Mommy Trader. All right, Toby said, by the way, guys, check out Mommy Trader on YouTube. All right, Toby, I heard a guy say that there's a real estate crash on the horizon. I don't know. That's a question I don't know. I think prices for homes, single family homes, are going to level off. I don't see them going down. I think the bigger problem with real estate is going to be in the commercial sector, where you have everybody's working, not everybody, a lot of people are working from home, and you have a lot of empty buildings, and $1 trillion of commercial real estate is going to be coming due in the next year and a half. And a lot of the people that own that, it's going to be a lot of foreclosures. If you want to buy some commercial real estate, just wait about a year. You're going to find a lot of commercial real estate that's going to be available, and maybe on the cheap. It could be the commercial real estate's version of what happened in 2009, 2010. Jerry, shout out to you. Jerry Lujan Jr., good to have you here, man. Barbados is checking in. All right, Barbados. Fundamentals, Juicy said. Juicy St. Ville? All right, interesting. Tim Duncan is definitely the GOAT for me, greatest of all time. Yeah, that's another thing, and it was mentioned somewhere in there about stop talking to family, because, when you start making money, people around you are going to look at you funny. When you go on YouTube to talk about money, some people around you are going to may look at you funny. Some people some people your friends, your family, they might look at you, oh, they're just trying to brag or something like that, whatever they say, right? You're trying to boast, and you're not really boasting. Some people are, some people aren't. Me, I'm just trying to help other people, right? Let's see, stacking crypto pays dividends. I love shopping, resale, and thrift. That's cool. Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all. You don't and have never struck me as someone obsessed with money. Absolute. Thank you, Alvira. I appreciate that. Toby said, I heard a guy say that the U.S. debt has gone past the point of no return. Maybe. $33.5 trillion is the current debt. We're at 1.7. No, we're at a little over 2 million deficits we're adding $2 trillion to that 33.5 trillion every single year. We're operating at a deficit in America. So it's gone a long ways, that's for sure. But Maria says, health is our wealth. 100% agree with you. Zenio Guy says, Stacey Adams. Nah, I'm not a Stacey Adams guy. Because, I used to sell shoes at Dillard's back in the late 90s as a part-time job. But then I started selling shoes online. So I know shoes very well. And a good solid pair of shoes, a $500 pair of shoes is solidly made from a company like Allen Edmonds, you're going to get, and I'm not an Allen Edmonds sponsor or nothing, right? You're going to get your get quality, and they're going to last for quite a while. And you can get those resold, right? Because they do make styles that are pretty much for dress shoes that stick around forever. Yes, Power said, Elvira said, mentioned tithing. Tithing is cool, right? Giving a certain percentage, whatever you want to give, is cool. Nothing wrong with that. You want to give. I'm a big giver, so I think giving is really important. I started giving on a regular basis back in 2001. Guess what? I give $10,000 or more every single year. That's a start, right? I give away a lot of money, right? I think money is important to give, right? It's okay to give. It's nothing wrong with giving. Giving is important, guys. Somebody said real estate might crash, but it might be 2025. I don't think single family homes are going to crash anytime soon, but that's just me. Yeah, we are worldwide. Absolutely. Thanks. You're welcome, Daniel. Appreciate you. Let's see. All right. So listen, guys, we've been on here a little over an hour. I'm going to wrap it up, guys. I appreciate you being here. Let me start this with appreciate you being here. Check out the Mint Mobile in the description box. I don't just talk about something like Mint Mobile willy-nilly, right? So if I use Mint Mobile, that means they're a solid company. So check that out, guys. You can get your plans for low. You don't have to be paying $100, $200 for cell phone plans. Mint Mobile cuts out the overhead, right? Mint Mobile cuts out the salespeople. You don't see a store called Mint Mobile. So they don't have all that. That's a lot of overhead, and they pass those savings by having inexpensive plans for you. So check that out. Get your 24 laws of money in the description box below. Excellent laws of money. Check that out below, guys. I'm also going to put part 1 from last weekend up here as well. So guys, I just want to appreciate you guys for tuning in. I want to appreciate you guys for supporting the channel. I want to appreciate you guys for smashing the like button. All right. If you haven't done so, hit that thumbs up for me. I want to appreciate you guys for also sharing the video. I get a lot of shares, and that's really important, guys. That pushes the algorithm on this thing. So we want to make sure that other people hear this. Not the scamming stuff out there, not the stuff out there that's going to try to get rich fast, get rich quick. We don't need more of that. We need more of this. Common sense, basic, down-to-earth financial advice for regular people that regular people can do to help save money, to help invest money, to help grow money, to help think differently about money, to be motivated to do the right things, because we all know the right things to do with money, but we all just need a little bit of inspiration. You don't need a financial planner, a lot of us. What we need is somebody motivating us to do the right things with our money that we know we need to be doing, making a budget and hitting some of these singles and doubles that I talked about on this video. So Grove Dwayne, let me give you a shout out. Thank you so much. He said, much respect from Virginia, and left me a $5 super chat. I really, really appreciate that, more than you know. And he asked a question, said, do you know anything about getting properties under contract? Are you talking about wholesaling properties where you get a property under contract and then you go out and look for an investor? Let me know what you're saying there, Grove, and I want to answer that because of the super chat. I don't want to leave this video without doing this super chat. So what did you mean when you say, do I know anything about getting properties under contract? It sounds like you're talking about maybe wholesale. Yes, Pito, I appreciate you too, man. Thank you for being here. Tasha, thank you so much for being here. Janice, I'm gonna say that's Janice. What if your legal mate? Let's see. What if your legal mate? I'm still answering questions, and I said I was about to wrap it up, aren't I? I'm sorry. What if your legal mate does not want to have a will or invest? Well, you got to talk them into it. Talk them into it. Okay, Grove, thank you for the super chat again. $2. He's talking about wholesale. I know a little bit about wholesale. I've never really wholesaled. I got some buddies that wholesale, but I've never wholesaled property. All they do is they take a property and get it under contract, and with a contingency, in over 30 or 45 days, they go out and get a seller, right? And now, wholesaling, let me say this for you guys real quick before I get off here. Wholesaling real estate is great. It's an easy, low-hanging fruit way to get into real estate, but it's a lot of work. It's not easy. It's a lot of work. What he's asking, what Grove is asking, is taking a product, going out and finding a motivated seller and getting that property under contract, and then turn around and selling that property while it's under contract to a buyer, to an investor. So you buy a property for $50,000 that you know is really a $100,000 property if they fix it up. You turn around and sell that property while you have it under contract. You put it under contract. You sell it for $75,000 to an investor, and you make the $25,000. Make sure if you're doing that, that you're paying your taxes as well. So good question, Grove. It's okay. People do that, right? It's an easy way to get into it. You don't have to worry about credit checks and all that. They're not checking your credit, nothing like that. You're just putting a contract, a piece of property under contract. So again, I appreciate that question, Grove, but that's a fine idea. There's nothing wrong with it. Just be careful, okay? We'll talk about that. I think we're going to talk a little more about real estate down the road. Check me out on Thursday, guys. Thursdays, 4:30 p.m., Saturdays, 11 a.m. Appreciate you guys for being here. I thank you so much. And again, Mommy Trader, check her out on YouTube. All right. Hey, guys, the best person to take care of the old you is the young you. Appreciate you being here. Take good care of yourself. And as always, make sure you're taking care of other people as well. All right. Until the next video. Peace.